What's up with the gang, man? Good morning. So, I, Idubbz is just very interesting. He's a good locale. I totally take it back. He's a good locale. I take it back. Everything I said in that video, bro, I take it back. He's a pretty good locale. But he's good, for one reason. That's just because he's so stupid. I don't know. He's just he's very dense. He's like very, very dense, and he thinks that he's right. I do like that. I like that shit. Keep it up, buddy. But I want to talk about like, okay, so this all started. Sorry, my dog's walking to freak me out. I heard like footsteps come. I was like, oh fuck, no one's here. Anyways, so this I want to start from the beginning, okay? Because I've always had a problem. Always had a problem with this. He the video where he's like, I have learned empathy. Uh, I don't even think he really understands what empathy is. So, we're gonna do a little game. We're gonna play Google search, bro. We're gonna play Google search the game. Well, let me get myself back on the screen. Because apparently, if you're not on the screen, Anissa is not gonna take you seriously. And we all know we're actually fighting Anissa here, bro. Let's be real. Ida's is not coming up with this shit. It's definitely Anissa feeding him this shit. Anyways. What's it called? Empathy? Empathy definition. The intellectual identification of the thoughts, feelings, or state of another person. Okay. Capacity to understand another person's point of view or the result of such understanding. Okay, that one, I'm like, I think it just means the same thing as this one, but it's worded like super smartly. Parapsychology, science fiction, a paranormal ability to psychically read another person's emotions. Something tells me that this is the version that Idubbz is like using. Idubbz saw 1, 2, 3, and bro picked the crazy one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so like these two are actual like real world definition. You know what I mean? Like that's like what you would say empathy is, right? So I like the reason I have such a problem with him being like this, okay, is because it's like, bro, you're like touting like you know what you're talking about, right? Okay, but at the same time, bro, you don't really even know what empathy is. Like even in that video, like he sort of describes what sympathy is, right? So it's like, because at the end of the day, every single one of us can be empathetic towards the terrorists, bro, right? Like we can all be empathetic towards the terrorists because it's like we can just put ourselves in the mind of them, right? Where it's just like, why are they doing this? It's like, oh, it's because of this and this, right? It's like their religion, they really believe in it, they're taking it seriously, and right, and like courses of actions are being taken, right? So that's just being empathetic. To be sympathetic is to be like, I support that, right? That's like the line. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like we should be empathetic, just in general, right? In general, we should try to be like empathetic, like. Dude, do you know Adventure Time? There's a fucking guy who's like, empathy, put yourself in the place of me. Bro, that I literally heard that when I was like 15, bro. I was like, I was like 15 years old. That episode came on. That he said that. And then I was like, huh, that's what empathy is. And I was like, and I was like able to do it or whatever. I was like sort of consciously aware that I was making this decision to like, like think fully, right? Like think what would they like treat how you would want to be treated, basically, is like how it would be. So to hear and see Idubbz just totally not like he just doesn't actually understand what it is, right? Like from a fundamental point, he just does not understand where it is, what it means. And I think the internet in general, so it's like not all Idubbz fault, but I think the internet in general is like not very empathetic, right? But like, hold on. I mean that. I mean that, right? That's a pause, right? Or not pause. That's a period right there. But I was trying to think of like, cause like to be empathetic, right? That's just being a normal adult, right? Like, that's just being a normal adult. Like, you don't talk to your manager at work, or you're not a manager and you don't talk to your underlings. You don't like, you sort of put yourself in their position, right? Like, oh, I remember when I was like in their position before I got promoted, or like, oh, maybe you're like, oh, I remember I used to be a manager here and now I'm over here, and then I could just tell this guy's stressing because he's got like, all these things, right? Because the manager has a manager above them, right? So then that's just being empathetic, right? And that's not even like, that's not feeling bad for them. That's not supporting them. It's just fully understanding their position, right? And then your emotions will stack on top of that. So it's like, if you're like a worker and your boss is like hard on your ass, like, you might feel bad for the boss, right? Because like, I don't know, maybe like the end of the month is coming up and like this job is taking hella long from outside factors that no one could like slow down, right? So some supply chain thing happened and like now you're behind on the project and you got to get this done. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stress on the boss and then shit rolls down the hill. So like, and then you as the boss, like, right? You could be trying to not be hella mean to everybody because like, fuck, we need to get this done, but like, fuck, we need to get this done, So it's like, and that's like just being empathetic with your emotions on top, right? So it's like you can be empathetic. Like, empathetic is like a baseline of how you should just act. You know what I mean? It's really not hard. I mean, even up to and including just looking at someone and then just being like, dang, like, what would it be like to beat them? You know what I mean? That's sort of all I had to say. It just like really pissed me off because I feel like not just Idubbz, just like the broader like internet thinks that empathy is some sort of like, the broader internet thinks empathy is sympathy. Okay? Like, sympathy is to feel bad, right? Should I pull the definition up? Let's pull the definition up one more time, bro. Empathy, just to recap, the intellectual identification of the thoughts, feelings, or state of another person, right? Like, clear cut. I didn't even need to, bro, before I did this rant, I didn't even look it up. That's how confident I knew. That's how, like, I could have done this as a live stream, bro. It would have been fine. Okay, and we're going to go to sympathy. Definition, right? Feeling of pity, right? That's like a whole nother emotion. Okay, it's like purely sadness, support, your mutual understanding, right? That's sympathy. Empathy is just understanding, like look how they worded it. Intellectual identification of the thoughts, feel like it's like reading a book. Okay, empathy is you're just reading the book. That's all you're doing. You're not feeling the book. You're not learning the book. Well, you are learning because you're sort of like, you're learning introspectively as a person because you're just like, oh, whoa, like, I never really thought about it like that, That's where you're learning. But yeah, I'm sort of out of breath. I smoked a big fatty today. So I'm going to get to work. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I think Idubbz is just lost, bro. Like, I think he just has a girl that he's stuck on and he's married to now, which was... Anyways, I can't speak on other people's relationships because I'm single, bro. And I'm 25, by the way. Anyways, goodbye. Good night, good morning, or... I don't know. See you later.